It's 2021, and a movie with Farmageddon in the title is nominated for an Oscar.
Farmageddon, a Shaun the Sheep movie.
What?
While I adore Aardman Studios, I've never really seen any of the Shaun the Sheep stuff. I figure it's kind of like Aardman's take on Back at the Barnyard, only without dialogue and focusing more on physical comedy. It's actually better than Back at the Barnyard. Based on this movie, the premise surrounds the titular Shaun the Sheep, who they set up in the beginning for newcomers like me as a rebellious sheep who likes to have fun, only for the farmer's dog to lay down the law, expecting them to act like normal sheep. Meanwhile, for this movie, aliens have landed in Britain, and one has made its way to Shaun's farm and gives Shaun a taste of his own medicine, wanting to act all crazy and wild and forcing Shaun to try and rein it in. When one of the aliens' antics creates a crop circle, Shaun's farmer tries to cash in on the UFO fever going around the town, while the alien is trying to get back to its ship and a group of government agents confuse the sheepdog Blitzer for the alien. That's about it in terms of plot. This film's plot is very light, arguably not even enough for 90 minutes. It goes without saying that the animations are excellent, as you would expect from Aardman. While I think Laika tries to be more groundbreaking and push what stop motion can do, Aardman are just masters of claymation, looking just as good, if not better, than a lot of 3D animations. Aardman are such fantastic animators, but I feel like they haven't had a really great story to tell for years. Their last movie, Early Man, suffered a bit from this issue too, though not as much as it does here. I'll give the movie this. Having a feature film with basically no dialogue and told entirely through its visuals is a hard task, and this film is engaging for most of it. But there are parts, especially after the alien shows up, where it begins to drag. The premise is fairly simple. It's the E.T. story, but with Shaun the Sheep and gang thrown in, and that premise only works for so long when you aren't able to use dialogue or have really in-depth character development through that dialogue. Like, the farmer's whole subplot as having a cheap amusement park and stage show to try and buy a new combine harvester is cute and all, but it's more or less just a means to provide a setting for the climax. I kind of feel like this would work better as an hour-long special than as a feature-length movie. I never saw the first Shaun the Sheep movie, so I don't know if this is an issue there as well, but I feel like this is just okay, and it's actually limited by its lack of dialogue. This isn't to disparage anybody at Aardman in any way. They make a top-quality product, to be sure, and maybe it's just that Shaun the Sheep is a property that just isn't for me. Either way, this is actually kind of the weakest nominee for the Best Animated Feature. I mean, it's contending with Soul, Wolfwalkers, and Over the Moon, which were all fantastic movies. And then even Onward was charming and entertaining in its own right. And I just realized Pixar is nominated twice in this list. Talk about stacking the deck. Aardman has the ability to compete with these kinds of films. They even won against Miyazaki and Tim Burton back in 2005, but I don't think Shaun the Sheep is going to be the franchise to win them another one. At least not against Soul. Like, damn, Soul's just going to be the one to beat this year for animated film. Until next time, I'm John Bailey, and Shaun the Sheep 2 was okay. I have no idea how many of you are going to get that reference.